Back to the action for the second half in tonight's exciting game between the Australians and the New York Bombers. The whistle has blown for the jam, but who's getting away from the starting line? There's a traffic jam. Nobody breaks, but there they go. And breaking first is B.J. Peterson for New York, and with her goes number 54. That's their Karen Stevens for Australia. The score 34 for the Australians, 29 for the Bombers as we start out now when B.J. Peterson leaves her opposing jammer and goes on alone. B.J. Peterson in the first jam coming up in scoring position against the defenses of the Australians. Number 56, the captain of the Australian girls, Adeline Hocker, and number 53, that's Honey Sanchez. And here comes Colleen Richardson for Australia coming on. She's hit and draped, hung out to dry, but she's on her feet and coming on again. There goes B.J. and no score. B.J. took a tremendous fall. That's number 42, B.J. Betty Jean Peterson. Into the lineup now. Both teams started with a girl in the penalty box. Still with 4 girls in each team because of the rather rough going on in the last jam of the men. They had a penalty. And again, a traffic jam here. Who gets out of there? The whistle is blown for the jam. Who gets some racing room? They're still clogging up the front of that pack, and nobody gets out. But here goes number 54 out of there. That's Karen Stevens. And with her again, B.J. Peterson. Same 2 jammers got clear. They're jamming. They have 75 seconds in which to lap members of the opposing team. Cross-blocking, making each other miss. Nice timing. Whoops, settle down now. Peterson losing her temper. Now, out of the penalty box are both penalized skaters. They're back and both teams are at full strength. Number 54, Karen Stevens, and B.J. Peterson is down. Adeline Hocker pushes her jammer through for 3. 3 Australian points, and that helps their lead. 37-29, and immediately New York calls timeout with the score 37 for Australia, 29 for the New York Bombers. We'll be right back. Vallo draws a penalty.
And 2 minutes. Well, she's already got 2 minutes. I guess she figures she gets back on the loop. A $10 fine on Adeline Hocker for that activity.
Now, for those of us who joined us out along the network, we join Roller Game of the Week in progress. With the score, the Australians 37, the New York Bombers 29. We are in the first skating period of the second half with 8 minutes and 45 seconds remaining in this first period. The Australians, coached by Ralphie Valadares and captained by Adeline Hocker. Girls are in the first skating period of this second half, and up in front goes Honey Sanchez, number 53 for the Australians. Unchallenged up to this point. She's clear of the pack and away by herself with a good 8-point cushion. 37-29 over the New Yorkers.
I'm not sure, but I think that Karen Stevens was back there exchanging elbows with Brown for their next game.
Van Vallo drew a penalty for the New Yorkers. And he's in the penalty box. And big Earlene Brown, big Olympics shot put champion, number 45, weighing just under 270 tonight, goes back to defend against Honey Sanchez. Sanchez trying to go on the low side, stays inside the restraining line, leaning into the big gal, is pushed into the infield, takes a knee from Vallo, who draws a $10 fine for kneeing. Ricked out, she does another broad jump on her, and there goes the 2 captains. Number 56 is Adeline Hocker. We got a fight going on here. The referees are just a little unhappy about getting into it. And Adeline Hocker's draped over the New York bench, but she's in Vallo's hair, or she she's got a handful of Vallo's hair. The referees are counting. That isn't going to do him any good. $25 fine assessed against Adeline Hocker of the Australians for woman handling and manhandling Jan Vallo. They knocked down the penitentiary. Vallo still due to stay in that penalty box. Score 37 for the Australians. They're in the green and yellow uniforms, green, yellow, and black, the colors of the Australians. The New Yorkers are in their blue and gold in the 40 series. Their numbers are in the 40 series. The Australians in the 50 series. Up in front, big Earlene Brown guarding the front of that pack. They get the New York Jammer out. Here's a whip for Wilma Moody, number 43, getting out of there for New York unchallenged. Both teams with 4 girls. Because of penalties, there have been a lot of those penalties tonight. Referees, Johnny Rodriguez and Sid Harness, both calling them tight here tonight. Honey Sanchez lays back to defend as out of the penalty box come both the penalized girls. Oh, Vallo is out first. She's got to join the pack. There it goes. One into the infield. Honey Sanchez runs her opposing jammer into the infield and draws a $10 fine. Honey Sanchez draws a $10 fine. And they picked up two New York points. And that takes some of the slack out. 37-31 with the Aussies in front now by 6. Honey Sanchez drew a $10 fine for roughing up Moody, the jammer, number 43 for New York. Everybody off the rail and skate. If you see some vacant seats on the left over there on the high point, those were deliberately left open because of the high point of the track. They were not very desirable seats, and the management in the box office very thoughtfully left those just in case of an emergency. A great crowd here tonight, around 10,500, maybe 10,700 here tonight. Good big crowd. The whistle is blown for the jam, and getting away on top is Hocker, number 56, and with it goes B.J. Peterson and number 43, Wilma Moody. She's outnumbered 2-1. She's got to do some speed skating here or depend on her teammates to set a block for her. She calls it off. She called it off to protect it. She was outnumbered and smartly called it off because the opposing New York Jammers were coming in very fast. Hocker, thinking on her skates, called it off in time.
A large round of booze for Miss Shirley Hartman. She got a little mountain hat on there, whatever you call it. Looks like she's been out chasing foxes or something.
Move around, everybody's ordered off the rail. Only the jammers and those concerned with strenuous defense work are allowed to sit on the rail. One tour of the pack. There's the pack in good shape. The whistle is blown for the jam. Let's see who's get loose. B.J. Peterson is loose and had to go. And with her goes Adeline Hocker. And here comes Wilma Moody, the same 3 again. Hocker again in the middle, outnumbered.
There we go, B.J.
Only the leading jammer may automatically or voluntarily call off the jam by placing his or her hands on their hips. That's the signal. They're hot, locked in there, top and bottom. B.J. Peterson and Wilma Moody both got through. Picked up 8 big ones, 4 each, passing all 4 members of the opposing team. 8 big ones. And that sends the Bombers out in front by 2.
There's 2 minutes, 55 seconds.
The New York Bombers, under Leroy Gonzalez, their coach, their captain, Jan Vallo, who skates in jersey number 41.
Down to 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Press representatives from all across the country here for the big game here tonight. This is cup play, and it's a big playoff. Australians making a 10,000-mile more or more trip here for this game. There go the 2 captains again and again. They tie on B.J. Peterson, number 42. 2 New Yorkers, and again, Adeline Hocker's indicating she'd like to call it off, but she's got to be clearly in front to do it. Coming up up in scoring position again. The last time they went top and bottom on her and locked her into the pack. They've got big Earlene Brown back there to assist. She belts it. Hocker's got 1, 2, 3. Going for more. She's got 3. She's got 4. Looks like she's about all going to get. That'll be it. 4 big ones. And they go out in front. 41-39. There they are. Adeline Hocker on the left and Honey Sanchez on the right. Sanchez number 53. The pack moves around. They'll pick up B.J. Peterson and Jan Vallow. As they move on further, they'll pick up number 56, Hocker and Sanchez, who are ordered to delay and join the pack this time. Later on, they'll pick up number 45, big Earlene Brown. I asked Earlene tonight in the locker room how much she weighed, and previously she said, mind your own business. Tonight she says, not quite 270. Here goes Jan Vallow for New York, unchallenged. They're now trailing by 2, 41-39 behind the Australians. Vallow coming on and waiting for her, Adeline Hocker. Hocker got her. And she's going to try to get through. Number 51 in there, Melinda Foster. She scored on. Scores on Foster. Honey Sanchez is out of the pack. He's got 1 and he's on her back. There comes Honey Sanchez. Sanchez is now the jumper. Honey Sanchez is the jumper. She's got 1. Honey Sanchez plowing through. That ends the period right there. Let's see what they did. 4 pounds for Australia, 1 for New York. And the score, timeout is called here, as the score goes 46 for Australia, 40 for the Bombers, 45 for Australia.
Number 6.
Back to the action. We're into the second skating period now in the second half as the men come to the track. And here goes Valadares, number 36 for his team. Number 42, Nick Scopus for New York. The corrected score, 45 for the Australians, 40 for the New York Bombers. 2 veteran skaters here. Ralphie Valadares, coach of the Australians. Number 42, Scopus, captain of the New York men's team, the Bombers.
Then scoring position at about 50 seconds.
Ralphie Valadares gets behind him. He can't block. He's keeping his head right between his shoulders. What do you do with that? What do you do with a fellow like that? Ronnie Raines back here now, skating backwards to set the block. Whoop. Settle down here. Swivel hipping in front of him. And he just drops in for 1. Ralphie Valadares has got 1. He's coming up, but Scopus missing him again. He's got 2. You've got 2. Got 3. How many? 1 Bomber point here. The Bomber Jammer, Fitzgerald, got in there for 1. And it's 48-41 as the Australians take a 7-point lead. Watch it now. The 2 coaches, Leroy Gonzalez, number 41, and Valadares, number 56 for the Austrians.
Rodriguez. Was that 2 Australian points, 1 Bomber point?
2 Australian points.
1 Bomber point, 2 Australian points. This is correct.
That's 47 is the corrected score. 47, not 48. The Bombers, or the Australians, got 2. 47-41, that's the exact score, according to the timer judge down here and scorekeeper. Up in front, Leroy Gonzalez.
Here is Ronnie Reigns.
Trying to lock everybody in so he can get one of his own jammers out. And here's a whip for Big Pete Kelly. Number 55, he goes out on one wheel. Hang in there, Kelly. Riding slow, cowboy. Never saw anything like that. He's got them all. This crowd has gone out of its mind. Never saw anything like that on anybody's track anywhere. Big Pete Kelly. You see him come up to that rail?
One you can put Pete Kelly with a jazz lead. Dennis Woodward.
Number 44, Vinny Gandolfo into the lineup for New York. Replacing number 43, Billy Fitzgerald. This crowd of over 10,000 saw something tonight they've never seen on anybody's track anywhere. Pete Kelly went up with both skates to the top rail, dropped himself back onto the track and went on and scored 5.
Pete Kelly.
Here's a whip, and it's Valadares and Gonzalez, the two coaches. Here's a race. Look at him pump. This is for the money. A knee. Gonzalez takes him out. Scores 52-41. The Australians in front.
Leroy the bad boy. You don't want to get scores. Scobus trying to work the pick off.
Valadares and Reigns in the defense zone. Along with Big Pete Kelly with the eyeglasses, number 55. What a sensation this fella caused here. First time these boys in the United States have seen this fella.
This guy wants action now.
Gonzalez is calling for help, and nobody's coming back. They're keeping Scopus up in the field. They leave him to the tender mercies of Pete Kelly, number 55.
Leroy Gonzalez in the...
He scores on him.
He's gonna go. Look at him go.
2.
This little guy here will work out.
He's got in there for 4. He wants Gonzalez, wants Valadares. Valadares blocks hard, and he hooks to the top. He gets a penalty. Roughing.
He did pick up 4.
And he got 4 points. Ronnie Reigns didn't like the way his coach was handled. Got 4 good ones. The score now 52 for the Australians, 45 for the Bombers. 6 minutes and 52 seconds remaining in the second period of the second half.
Wild action up there. If you had told me about it,
Gonzalez goes to the penalty box.
that guy worked out. Stafford being replaced by Dave Cox.
Dave Cox into the lineup
Look out. Gonzalez
for Australia.
a few words here.
Ralphie Valadares comes in. He wants Gonzalez. Looks like Valadares. He gets 2 minutes in the penalty box for leaving the track. In the box for both coaches now. Here's Ronnie Reigns up in front, engineering the play now. He calls for Manny Servant, number 52. And here comes Scopus, number 42 for New York. Up a nice stop in there. Beautiful pick-off in there by Reigns, number 51. Sending it up for Manny Servant. Servant, a fleet-footed little Australian, number 52. Back to defend is Scopus. Number 42, wearing a prosthetic appliance on his left elbow. Has some torn ligaments on that elbow. But it's a game that demands the presence of every veteran skater these boys could muster. Ronnie Reigns back to run the block for Servant. Coming up against Vinny Gandolfo and Scopus, both veterans. Ronnie Reigns moves in. He lifts him in there. 2, 3. Lester Quarles is his man. He's got him. Grissom. 8. Timeout is called. Timeout. With the score 60 for Australia, 45 for the Bombers, and the Australians are on their way.
By Joe Fitzgerald, followed by Willie Grace, and that score has gone to 60, 45 Aussies. They are coming up with some brilliant plays on this period. $10 final next Scobus, too much talking.
Back to the action. We're back to the action here. Everybody's skate is the order here. Boy, that last one almost upset the New Yorkers. They're demoralized. Quarles is still in the penalty box. The Australians, Ralphie Valadares, is out of the box. They're at full strength. Now both teams are at full strength, and away we go. Scopus gets out. Ronnie Raines slows him up. Coming out is Gonzalez. Ronnie Raines in the middle. Valadares gets out there in a scoop. New York has got two jammers working. Their coach, Gonzalez, number 41. Scopus, the number 1 man, number 42. Ronnie Raines defends. Gonzalez is through. For 4. They're both through. They get by Dave Cox. They both landed. And they're still going. Gonzalez runs into trouble and he's down. But they picked up 10 for New York. And that tightens the score right back up again. 60 for the Australians. 55 for the New York Bombers. Scopus would rather give it all up. He's sick of it. 42. He went over the rail hard. Nick Scopus. That's Nick the Greek. Temper's shortening up just a little here with 2 minutes and 20 seconds remaining in this second period of the second half.
2 minutes, 15 seconds now remaining. 60, 50.
Everybody's skate is the order. We got to pick up Leroy Gonzalez, number 41, skating ahead of the pack. The two coaches now are in front, Gonzalez and Valadares, numbers 456. Valadares loosens up, and here goes the two coaches again. Two of the greatest skaters, about the same size, two totally different personalities, but great contenders, both of these boys. Gonzalez, number 41, in front. Valadares has a way of staying behind the block until he sees his players get into position for assist. His defenses are set up now. Raines is back where he wants him.
But no indication as to who will be doing the blocking.
He got Raines back where he wants him, along with big number 55 in there. Pete Kelly. Gonzalez is up against it. Valadares goes through. Valadares got through all the way. Nobody yet. And he got them all. He's going for more. He's got them all. Raines pulling him through for 2 more. He's into the infield now with Gonzalez riding his head. Let's get them a score from the referees. Gonzalez is down in the infield. The Bombers picked up 1 point. But how many did Valadares get? 2 Bomber points. The Australians picked up 7 with Valadares, so it's 67 for the Australians, 57 for the New York Bombers with 5 seconds left in this period. 3 now, 2, 1, bingo, that ends the period, and timeout is called. Timeout is called with the score 67 for the Australians, 57 for the New York Bombers. We'll be right back.
I met you at a party with Bill LaTourette about 3 years ago.
Good. Nice to see you. All right, here we go. Timing is called, and the girls come up to the track for the third skating period in the second half. The seventh skating period in the game, with New York, the girl in the penalty box, to sit out the penalty imposed on their coach, Leroy Gonzalez, for roughing up Valadares in the final jam in the previous period. And here goes Wilma Moody, number 43 for New York, and with it goes number 54, Karen Stevens for the Australians. 10-point lead for the Australians, 57-47. There goes a takeout for Wilma Moody. She took Stevens out. Wilma Moody, veteran New Yorker, coming up against Honey Sanchez. Sanchez defending for the Australians. Stays right under him. She's into the infield, but gets back in time, but you get missed and scored on. That's 3-4. They've got 4, got everybody but Hocker. Moody's got 4 for New York, but Hocker isn't going to let her get it easy. Whatever she gets, she's going to have to get it the hard way. He got 4. 4 good ones. And that shortens the score up a little. 67 for Australia, 61 for the Bombers. Now, out of the penalty box is number 47. That would be the New York skater, Maylene Morris, who joins the pack. The Yorkers are back to their full strength. Member of each team in the front of the pack, which indicates a jam. There's the whistle for the jam. Now who goes? Good speed skater laying up there in front. And breaking on top, Honey Sanchez for Australia. And where there goes B.J. Betty Jean Peterson, number 42 for New York. Honey Sanchez, a former popular Los Angeles Thunderbird player, takes her out with a rubber bounce. Boy, she pounded out of there. Sanchez looks in, sees the defenses. Jan Vallow and big Earlene Brown. Now, what do you do with that? You had to carry a club. They're doubling up on the fences. Vallow, then Brown. Brown again. Now Vallow. Ooh, they hit right at the letters. Brown blocks hard at the shoulder. Vallow goes to the middle. Honey Sanchez hanging in there with a 6-point lead. There's a reverse, that pivot block. There's another block, a solid block from Earlene Brown. Knee lifting hard. Sanchez hanging in there, still on her feet. She could call it off, you know. Down. Look out! 2 of them. $10 fine on each of them, Vallow and Brown. But that doesn't help Honey Sanchez any.
That score remains 67-61.
Score remains 67 for the Australians. What 2 years they have had in Down Under. Sydney, Brisbane, Melbourne, Perth, Canberra, everywhere down in Australia. They're very popular, and believe me, we're delighted to get a chance to see them here in the United States. They've got a 6-point cushion with 8 minutes and 8 seconds remaining in the third period of the second half. One of each in front. A whistle for the jam. Let's see. Big Earlene Brown engineering at the front of the pack. Trying to get a New York jammer out. And they get one out of there. And breaking on top for New York. It's our number 47, Maylene Morris. Where they go to number 55, Colleen Richardson for Australia. But Wilma Moody's back there to hold her up. There she goes, and they've got 2 working for New York. If they all get through, they both get through, they got 10. They're going for broke with the big ones. Maylene Morris, number 47, coming up against a lagging Honey Sanchez. Sanchez sends her into the infield. She picked up 1. As they had picked off in the secondary, the number 56 girl, Adeline Hocker for Australia. 50-67 for Australia, 62 for New York. This big Earlene Brown. She said just under 272 pounds tonight. Boy, she's bringing up that elbow pad. She's going to roll up her sleeves for business here. I asked her, why do you fall on people like that? She says, I do like the man tells me. Boy, when she puts one of those giant splashes on, she guards the front of this pack like a stone wall. B.J. Peterson gets away for New York, and here comes a number 52 girl who won't make it, Cutie Mesa. She's pushed into the infield. And Vallow gets out. They've got two going for New York. Peterson and Vallow. And again, they've each scored on Mesa. They're knocking him into the infield. They go through for, looks like, 9 to me.
And the blocking is wild in here. Look at this.
Into the infield. Wow. They tore up that Australian team for 10 big fat ones, and they take a lead. And timeout is called with the score 72 for the Bombers of New York, 67 for the Australians.
Oh yeah, Cutie Mesa being replaced by Elizabeth Foster.
All right, out of the huddles and back to the track we go. 72 for the Bombers. They're in front by 5. They were trailing, but they got out their big stuff. Brown and Vallow and Peterson have been their big threats tonight. Adeline Hocker, captain of the Australian girls, gets away fast. And here comes Vallow, New York captain. Now, with the Bombers in front by 5, Adeline Hocker wants to come back. And here's a pack sit-out. Whoever comes in first. Hocker skidded through. She's got him. Called it off. And left Vallow knee-deep in the pack. She grabbed that right away and tightens up that score. 72 for New York, 71 for the Australians. Boy, Vallow was left knee-deep back in that pack on a sit-out. That's a dangerous thing, those pack sit-outs. You can sit out on a skate and break your hip.
They're coming down to the final wire here.
With 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining in this third skating period of the second half. A good tight one, 72 to 71. That's the pack they're ordered to pick up all the rail sitters.
Number 42, B.J. Peterson will take a 2-minute rest in the sit-in.
B.J. Peterson draws 2 minutes for deliberately delaying the game and for insubordination to referee Rodriguez.
So
here goes Vallow, leaving the pack flat-footed. Jan Vallow getting out of there for New York. Big Earlene Brown holding that pack down. Number 44 in there. Lynn Perron helping at the front of the pack. Honey Sanchez back to defend along with Hocker, number 56. That's Honey Sanchez back there. Adeline Hocker looking for a reverse block. Comes through and knees. Takes her out and off the track for no score. No score. Oh, the violence in there tonight. This one is for keeps. Ralphie Valadero said he didn't come 10,000 miles for nothing. He's going to try to pull his Australians through against these New Yorkers. And believe me, it's not easy.
Here's the trophy that they're skating for tonight.
All right.
And all I can see is Los Angeles Thunderbird. Bang, 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 bang.
Here we go. Everybody off the rail.
I know it's not going to be the Bombers.
Vallow and Hocker up at the front of the pack. The New Yorkers with 4 girls. The Australians with their full team. Nobody out of there yet. Boy, look at that umbrella. They're locked in there. Watch for holding. Everybody down. Hocker and Vallow are on their feet.
They got a mess going. Look at this. Hocker. Penalized skater Peterson may return.
gets clear. Hocker's on her way. Vallow on the chase. Ronnie Sanchez goes for the pickoff. Sits out with Vallow. Setting it up for Hocker. Hocker's on her way with 1 minute and 45 seconds remaining in this period. Hocker up against Earlene Brown. Vallow's on her feet now. Recovered in the defense zone. Vallow and Brown defending. Bombers in front by 1. Hocker wants to get away from that 1-point deficit. Runs into heavy defense back there. Sanchez back to assist. Number 56 is the jammer. Number 53, Honey Sanchez, is back to assist. But look at that defense wall up there. Vallow with the long hair, number 41, and number 45, Earlene Brown. Here's the run for the money, and what? Sanchez is ripped up there. She goes in and breaks through. And they slam the door on Hocker. They let the interference through. They play the jammer, not the interference. That's what makes a good defenseman or a woman. Sanchez again goes up. They opened it up and let her through, but slammed the door again on Hocker. 2 seconds to go. 1. She's in. How many? She got 2. The last second. That takes them out in front, and timeout is called. 73 for the Australians, 72 for the Bombers with 30 seconds left. Time running out here. Haven't got many seconds. Let's see. In this third period, Hocker gets away. But I don't think they're going to make it. 3 seconds to go. 2, 1. They call it. 2. She got 2 in the final 30 seconds of this period. And the Australians take a little 3-point lead as timeout is called before we go into the final period of play. 75 for Australia, 72 for the Bombers. Boy, this is one of the most exciting games and certainly one of the best attended games in the entire scene this year. As the buzzer sounds and we go into the final period of play. Number 54 getting out of there is Dave Cox for Australia, and with him Lester Quarles. Cox is railed, and Vinny Gandolfo also ties in with number 46 Quarles out in front. And New York has 2 jammers out now. They're boiling over that 3-point deficit they're in. 75 to 73 behind the Australians. Ronnie Raines back to the plate, and here goes Big Pete Kelly, number 55 getting out of there. Gonzalez in there trying to set it up. He sets it up for 2, 4, 6. But Pete Kelly was out of there. They got 8. And that sends them out in front by 5. That makes it 80 for the New York Bombers as they picked up 4 each. Gandolfo and Quarles, number 44 and 46 for New York, 75 for Australia. And a very thoughtful Ralphie Valadares, number 56 in the green and gold of Australia. Listen to the cheers of the crowd as they come on, Aussies. A thoughtful little Ralphie Valadares takes his team to the track against a 5-point deficit. He's got big Ronnie Raines up in front with Manny Servan. They break for the jam. Scopus goes out. He's outnumbered. Raines offers to throw a whip at Manny Servan. He pulls himself out, and there goes Scopus. Too much whip. Scopus coming in there. He'll find his coach, Gonzalez, back there to defend. To assist, rather. Pete Kelly, big number 55, back there to defend, along with Ralphie Valadares. Number 42 is the jammer. Number 41 is the coach and assist. He's not a jammer. Number 42 is the only jammer up. Nick Scopus for New York. They're in front by 5. 80 to 75 over the Aussies. Valadares teams up with big Pete Kelly. Number 42 tries him on. They're solid. Valadares goes up, says, I'll take a whack at him. Gonzalez calls for him to run along the rail. Get some racing room along the top. Here's the play. Let's watch it spin. Valadares sets the top and bottom. There's two. Nice in there. Good insist in there by Valadares, by Gonzalez. Scopus is in for 4. 2 seconds to go. That's it. That's the end of the jam period. They picked up 4 good ones for the Bombers, and they go out in front by 9. 84 to 75. And Ralphie Valadares skates right here under our cameras. Very thoughtful little man, number 56. New York bolsters their lineup with a big man, number 45, Willie Grace.
8:52 remaining. They're coming down the home.
8 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the game. And this crowd would like to see Ralphie Valadares and his Australians come in there with some help. They're going to get to go like fury. Both coaches up in front, engineering.
Now here is the bad boy up in the front of the back.
Pete Kelly. Pete Kelly gets away. Gonzalez goes with him. Pete, the tallest man in the league, leaves Gonzalez out there to dry. And big Pete Kelly's on his way. So Gonzalez, stumbling to get his balance, finds himself back in the defense zone, whether he wants to be there or not. As Pete Kelly, 6 foot 2.5, and he gets on top of those skates. He's way up there. Coming up against the double defenses now. He's got Gandolfo, number 44, and Little Butterball, number 43, Billy Fitzgerald, back to defend. Here's the run for the money. Number 51 is the assist. Number 55 is the jammer. Here's the play. Hang out of your hats. He breaks through for 2. He railed in. Well, they're out on the track, way out beyond here. Pete Kelly picks up 2 and 2 only. Raines is out here. Doc Engstrom out here, the handler. He went out very hard. Way off the track. Timeout is called by the Australians with a score 84 for the New York Bombers, 77 for the Australians. Pete's all right. He's on his feet. Ralphie Valadares let Pete Kelly go to the bench, and he replaces him with Dave Cox, number 54. And the fans are taking up the chant. Come on, Aussies. Valadares whips his Manny Servant up here. Raines reaches, takes the whip from a leg. He whipped him out with a leg. Flashy skater, this boy, Ronnie Raines.
Number 52, Manny Servant. We hopefully want to get pick up points here. He's got a minute, 2 seconds to do it every second.
Manny Servant, number 52, the only jammer up. Look at that defenseman, Nick Scopus, back there to defend. Raines gives a signal back there. Takes another signal from Valadares. Let's watch this play. Raines making the play for Manny Servant, number 52, against Scopus, number 42. Raines backing away. Here's the run for the money.
Now they're starting to move 28.
He rocks with a leg. He's railed hard by Quarles. Billy Fitzgerald. 2 Australian points, but Manny Servant was hurt. 84 to 79 the score now. Australians trailing by 5. Valadares sees his little speed skater, Manny Servant, injured. He took as much damage from his own teammate, Ronnie Raines, as he did from the other boys. Number 53, JoJo Stafford, comes into the lineup for Australia. And the fans again take up the chant, go, go Aussies. They've got the top string in there now. And here goes the big man, JoJo Stafford. Valadares has been kind of saving this boy.
A 2-1 chance situation. Gandolfo outnumbered.
Raines sits out with Gandolfo. That sets it up for JoJo Stafford.
They need 5 to tie.
Got a gold earring in his ear, this fellow.
JoJo Stafford, a single
Affects a little chin beard. Mighty powerful skater, this fellow. Back to defend is Gonzalez. Nobody back to assist yet. Stafford comes up against Gonzalez, and Gonzalez is being watched carefully by Johnny Rodriguez, the referee in the black and white jersey of the batter. He misses, he scores one. He's up. He's got one. But there comes Gonzalez pulls him at the hair. They gave him a point for that foul. They gave him 2 points. There they go. Gonzalez and Valadares. The two coaches. The referee is getting there. Bring it up. They carry Valadares. Valadares draws 2 minutes in the box. And timeout is called with the score 84 for the Bombers, 81 for the Australians. Timeout. Well, form and skate is the order here. Here we go to the final 2 minutes and 14 seconds. Ralphie Valadares in the penalty box. Gonzalez, the coach of the New Yorkers, in the box. It's up to the team now. Here goes big JoJo Stafford, number 53. And Vinny Gandolfo, number 44, and he's railed. It's JoJo Stafford. Valadares has got all these eggs in Stafford's basket tonight. He needs 3 to tie, 4 to win. He's got to get them all. Nick Scopus back to defend. Number 53, the only jammer up. Nobody back to assist. Quarles is keeping Rain up in the pack. He can't get back. A minute and 25 seconds remaining. And look at that Rains in there bringing it up. But the defense man holds. He hasn't jammed, scored yet. Number 53 is still on his feet. Scopus has got him, he's on his back. Up, called it off. 1 minute and 5 seconds remaining. No time here, let's get going. Everybody yells for Ralphie Valadares to get his team on the way.
They've got to get this back together. Time running out now.
Time running out on him, 50 seconds to go. The Australians need 3 to tie, 4 to win. What does Valadares do from the penalty box?
Down to 42 seconds. The Aussies have got
40 seconds remaining, and this crowd is going out of its mind. Here he goes. Manny serving. Gonzalez went up on the track.
He's got 28 seconds.
Valadares is going on top. He's got his man on the way. Valadares opening it up for his man. 3 seconds to go. 2, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and he did it! And look at this crowd. They've gone out of their minds. The Australians win it. 86 to 84. How about that? Here's excitement for you. We'll be right back for a recap in just a moment. Don't go away.
5 Australian points.
We're back here again in the seconds we have left. I want to congratulate you, Ralphie,
Very much, Dick.
on a tough one.
It was a good one, though.
Congratulations, Adeline.
Thank you very much.
You made a long trip, but it was worth it, wasn't
It was well worth it. We might have not won the World Series, but I'll tell you one thing. With the support of everybody here in L.A. and Australia, there's no reason why we can't do the same thing next year, because we sure enjoyed skating back here again.
Well, I know these fans, and there are well over 10,000 of them here tonight. We're certainly delighted to see you bring such an excellent team in here.
Thank you very much, and I thank them.
Thank you. I do too. It was a great thrill skating here.
Adeline, you've done a wonderful job with these girls, particularly the Australian girls who have never been to the United States, and the game was entirely new for them when they first saw it.
It was. They're terrific little skaters, though. They're really good.
That Pete Kelly showed us something tonight that I've never seen on any track anywhere.
Well, they're fantastic skaters out there, Dick, and I tell you one thing, this Australian's got a lot of heart, and we're going to pick up some more, I'm pretty sure. So we can bring them back over here again and let the chance of the American people to see them in action.
Well, I can tell you this much, speaking for these people, and I know they'll agree with me, that they were thrilled tonight. Did you see over 10,000 people here tonight on their feet in that last minute and 40 seconds?
It was a beautiful play, it really was.
That little man, Manny Servan, was probably, the last time I saw him, he was a rookie.
Yes.
A rookie, and you said this little kid has got it. I remember when you were a Thunderbird.
That's right, and I'll tell you one thing, this is one of my, not only my fastest boys, but the man is an all-around skater. He thinks well, he skates well, he's a perfect gentleman. He's got everything that a skater, that as a coach of a team would just love to have, because he's very valuable. And not only him, but I'm proud of my whole team. Adeline, like you said, has done a wonderful job with the Australian skaters. They haven't been skating that long, by the way. They're fresh at the game, and with the help of Adeline out there with them, giving a lot of coaching and everything, time and effort, there's no way that a team like ours can actually lose. We might lose a few games, but like I said, we lost, one game here, and we won one, so I think that's very good.
You know, Ralphie, this game particularly is going to be a delight to everyone who sees it. You know, all across the nation, across this network, they haven't seen your Australian team.
I hope that we were able to present Australia the right way, and I'm pretty sure that they won't let us down back there when we go back, because the Australian skaters, born skaters, and us for ourselves, which we are representing Australia, I hope that they won't be ashamed of us, because we sure certainly tried our best out here. So I can only say, see what happens next year.
Well, again, Ralphie, congratulations.
Thank you very much, Dick. Thank you very much.
And Adeline,
Thank you.
the very best to you.
Thank you.
Come and see us real soon.
I hope to.
There you are. Two of the most delighted and certainly the most excited skaters to come along in a long, long time. These two fine young skaters, Ralphie Valadares and Adeline Hawker. Well, sir, there it is. The final score, the Australians win at 87-84, and it was a good, tough game all the way. Well, sir, Roller Game of the Week. This is what it's been, is a Griffiths Lillian Hill production. This program is authorized by the International Roller League solely for the entertainment of our audience. And any publication, reproduction, or other use of these pictures, descriptions, or accounts of these games without the written consent of the International Roller League is prohibited. I'm Dick Lane, delighted to have been here. And Roller Game of the Week is another major sports presentation of Golden West Broadcasters. So long now.